How is it going, you lovely lot? Welcome back to Tokyo Rising, and if you're sat thinking, Jack, you look red in the face, are you embarrassed about something? No, I've not resigned by accident. Don't be silly, I'd never do that. I listened to your advice, actually. I went outside, touched grass, and got sunburnt. Feel like I just have to address the elephant in the room immediately. Now you know. Today, by the way, Venfure Kofu, the game on offer. And I say the game on offer because, to be honest, there's no point in doing more than one game today. This is the only game in the month of September. It feels like in Japan, games just get spread out over the course of the end of the year. So rather than kind of elongate an episode for the sake of it, we're just doing the Venfure game here. I would love to get to the Robasso game. It's like 50 days away. I'm a bit tight for time too today. So it's one game. It's a throwback. We used to do these a lot. But make no mistake, this is a rather big game for us. We are currently second in J2. We are trailing Albirex. I want to try and finish above them. Behind us, by the way, Jeff are struggling. There is a world in which we can actually just get promoted in the next couple of games. I'd love to make that happen. And perhaps crucially, in the penultimate game of the year, we take on Albirex, who are currently top. There is a chance that going into next episode to end the year, we could be playing them in kind of a winner-takes-all at the top of the table fight. That's certainly where I hope we're going to be. If we don't win today, Jeff United have the chance to close the gap. The transfer window is slammed shut. I've started hoarding regens again. We'll talk about that and more right after the intro. Don't know if I mentioned it earlier, by the way. Today is episode number 49 of Tokyo Rising. We're back here with a bang, and like I said, Venfure Kofu is the game on offer today. This probably is going to be a slightly shorter episode, just as a little word of warning. I'm a little bit busy right now. I'm heading off to Gamescom, which is really exciting. It's a German games convention for people who don't know. Never been to that before, but because of that, the next couple of videos I need to get recorded before I go away. So yeah, forgive me. Now, you might remember last episode, we ended things with a defeat against Jeff United. The good news, I suppose, for us is they've not really started to close the gap. I did wonder if that game might mark a turn in fortunes. I can tell you it didn't, because in the very next game, we won 5-0. Sasaki grabbed a hat-trick. This man, recent form-wise, has been very, very good. After that, as I already mentioned, we lost to Albirex in the Emperor's Cup. I was hoping we could go on a really good run in this competition. We'd done it the last 2 years. Sadly, this year came up short. To be fair, we never looked like winning this one. However, to end the month, some really good results here. 3-0 against Fagiano was nice, but the pick of the bunch, this one against Raysol. This game finished 5-4. There were 3 goals in extra time at the end of the game. We scored in the 90th minute, they scored in the 91st, then we scored in the 92nd. I'll tell you what, if this had been a live commentary, not sure how I would have mentally kept it together. It was bonkers, but critically for us, another win on the board. And in the next game, we rescued a late point as well, a ding-dong affair against Espals. Kamiyama, as you can see here, with the 95th minute goal. The right midfielder doesn't score that many for us, although as of late, his form really has taken its kind of level up a notch. When you compare this year to last year, he has really kicked on in his second season. The right midfielder, not for the first time, saving our bacon. And then as for August, like I mentioned, games at the end of the year just get spread out here in Japan. Only 4 games, nice to get the team rested. Sadly, didn't really reflect in, well, a flawless run of games. Iwaki, nice to get a clean sheet, 2-0 win there. Against Consadole Sapporo, 1-1. Kamiyama with the goal again. Kind of crucial he got the goal, although Sakaguchi, the reason we didn't get more. The centre-back scored a rather unfortunate own goal. Against Verdi, we managed to win 6-1. I think we absolutely battered them last year as well. Yeah, we beat them 7-2 last year, 6-1 this year. Verdi are going to hope we get promoted so they don't have to come and play us again. And most recently, we took on Zweigen, 0-0 in this game here. Zweigen are not a bad team by any means, just on the periphery of the playoffs. Good to get a result against them. Yes, a draw isn't perfect, but you know what? When I look at Jeff United's recent form, ultimately, we're doing enough. The gap that we had over them as of last episode has just about been maintained. Of course, we've drawn a few. They've slipped up, though, losing against Albirex. So looking at the league table, like I mentioned, we're 4 points behind Albirex. If we lose today, there is a chance that we just can't catch them at the end of the year, in which case tomorrow's episode is going to be really sad. I feel like having episode 50 by the end of season 6 is like nice and perfect, which is one of the reasons why we're not going to rush through the end of the season today. Also, I've not got time to play through the whole 2 months of football. Some people sometimes ask me, Jack, why not just, get through the seasons quicker if there's not a lot on offer? And look, I think there is something on offer still here. I think we can still win J2. But the simple answer is, I've got a lot of Football Manager to spam continue through. Yeah, the end of the year, I wanted it to be full of Emperor's Cup games. It's not. I'll be honest, I'm sad too. Now, like I already mentioned, in the transfer market, I've already got a little bit busy and I've been doing some hoarding. I'm really hoping at some point soon our B team can make it into the playable leagues. They currently play in the Tokyo Metro League, which is one step below the playable leagues. It's kind of random if they get promoted or not, but for the last couple of years, they have been right up there in this division. So I'm hoping sooner rather than later they're going to get promoted. On top of that, our under-18s team kind of exists here, although it is just all the B team players made available. Some of the 19-year-olds can play in the under-18s, many of them can't, but if we just look at our under-18s, they have at least been playing a lot more youth football games this year, which is one of the reasons why I've gone out and signed a load of players who are kind of 16, 17 and 18 who will be joining us on free transfers at the end of the year. Now, I'll be honest, some of these like Kudo, I've signed just to try and get a goalkeeper for the under-18s who's at least semi-serviceable. He's going to get nowhere near the first team. That said, there are a few players here who I think are actually really, really good and could come into their own. The first of which has to be Matsuyama here. 17 years old, centre attacking mid, really nice mentals, not the greatest of physicals by any means, but a little bit of potential about the 17-year-old. Contract was expiring at the end of the year from his high school, so we've snapped him up. And there are some players that I've offered a little bit more money to, the players who won't just be going into the B team, including Masato Saito. I'll tell you what, if you come through Amori Yamada High School, there's a very high chance I'm just going to sign you. I feel like for the last few years we've signed like a good striker from them. This guy is no different. 18 years old, currently their vice captain. He is really, really good. I think he could end up playing a bit of a squad role next year. And as for the rest of these players, there's loads of them. I could go through all of them. I'll leave you with one more. I'm sure when they join us at the start of next season, we'll talk about all the good ones. Ryo Fuji here looks very, very good. 18 years old, just had his birthday last month. And again, good technicals, good mentals, has some okay physicals as well. Hopefully one for the future. My scouts think he's got bags of potential. And just as a reminder, the reason for signing all these players is that when it comes to our youth intakes, they are always absolutely awful. If I sign 10 players on £200 a week, if I sell one of them for £400,000 after 2 years, that is basically the cost covered. Now, I'll be honest, there were a couple of B team players that we signed for this year that I actually tried to sell in the summer just to generate some funds. Didn't get any interest in them, but when you look at these players in the B team, you sort them by ability, you sort them by price, you start to realise there is a real scope to make some good money off these players. Yamada here, 19 years old, valued at least £190,000. Even if we were to get the lower end of his asking price, he covers the price of himself and a few of these other players. Reason for having, obviously, all these young players. Want the B team to be competitive, want the youth team to be competitive. Not going to get that through our youth candidate kind of results. I need some homegrown club players as well. They are required in J1, so trying to prepare for the future there. And on top of that, like I said, it's a good way to make money. I feel like if you're just leaving money in the transfer budget and in the wage budget, you're kind of wasting it a little bit. That is money that can be turned into more money just by flipping on players. Anyway, this is our only game in the month of September, so I hope the fans are bloody excited for it. I feel like I will need to organise some friendlies in between. Just looking at the results going on elsewhere, Jeff United are in action, Albirex are not. I'm going to hope that Jeff slip up against Gifu. And in terms of team news for today's game, we are just about in full strength. There is one minor exception, I suppose, at centre-back. Sakaguchi, who scored an own goal recently, out of the team. Yoshida comes in to take his spot at centre-back. And elsewhere, Takagi, who would probably be on the bench, currently out injured, out for the next couple of weeks. So in his place comes Okamura. Unhappy about a lack of first team football. Been training him to play at right attacking mid lately, and he's almost completely picked it up. Now, I don't think he's going to replace Hashizume in the team anytime soon, although could he replace Hashizume? I feel like Hashizume is the better winger, but at the same time, versatility is just very nice. Plus, Hashizume's always injured anyway, isn't he? So it's good to have another right attacking mid option. In terms of recent form, kind of unsurprising. Kamiyama, I mentioned, has been great. Taba has also been exceptional. You might remember he was unhappy at the start of the year. He's gotten happy again because over the summer period, I rejected a few different transfer offers for him. From example, Vissel Kobe, currently top of the league. Vissel Kobe, of course, a rival of the team after the last couple of Empress Cups. There was no way I was selling him to them. He's unhappy, but the good news for us is he's still playing quite well. At least when he's fit. He was actually injured against Jeff United, you might remember, out for 6 weeks. We managed without him just about. Sasaki stepped up in his place, but they are reunited up top for only, I think, the third time in a row since that injury. Now, it's weird, right? I'm heading into this game, and I'm conscious of the fact this is the only game to date. I'm hoping the players are going to make it entertaining. And as a creator, just behind the curtains here, I almost feel a bit guilty about the fact it's one game, but just circumstances dictate it's the way it has to be. This is how I used to do videos, and in fact, even at the start of Park to Prem save games, I tend to keep episodes to one match per episode. I feel like if you're still watching Football Manager at this point in the year on YouTube, you're a more hardcore viewer, and so you probably want to watch more matches, but usually at the start of the year, we do just use this format. Feels a bit weird going back to it, to be honest, but gonna hope that we can get a result in this one. Make this a game worth coming back for. Okay, Tachibana, Mr. Assister, laying it to Kamiyama, who's going to whip in. Honda's lurking at the back post. Honda scores again. Honda loves a headed goal, doesn't he? I feel like the amount of headed goals he gets in live commentaries is silly. It's the power of the Mohawk. It is a very FM24 highlight, isn't it? The throw-in taken short, the cross to the back post, and then just headed in. When it's scored against you, it's rubbish because there's nothing you can do about it. When it's scored for you, best feeling ever. Tachibana, I mean, we've seen this movie before. Kamiyama, whipped in, back post, Honda's there again. Surely not. Not this time. I mean, so far, really, really good start to this game. As the home team, I feel like we should be doing well against Venfare Kofu here. They won the Emperor's Cup a few years ago in real life. So in this save game, I thought they might have a bit of momentum to climb up through the leagues. I do think they made it to J1 on one occasion, but were relegated. We're going to hope that when we get promoted, let's be positive, we can last a little longer than they are. Although, you know what? They do still have quality. We have to show them some respect. Arai with the ball here. Plays it to Shoji. And, well, okay, I take it back. They don't have quality. That finish was awful. Vinicius Diniz, free kick, goes short. Sasaki Tachibana, he's offside. He's offside. Would have counted anyway. I knew straight away. Vinicius Diniz to Ferreira. Back to Lukmanga. Diniz, pulling the strings from deep. Kamiyama, loads of space, it feels like, for passes to be picked out. Honda crosses it. Taba volleys it. He was offside. It wouldn't have counted. That would have been an insane goal had it gone in. I feel like we've had a fair few highlights for a game that is only 1-0 with 40 minutes played. There's not been a load of shots in this game either, but it feels like whenever we have a shot, the replay is being shown. We're creating moments of magic. Just want us to take one or two more of them. Perhaps Rickson has given us it. Taba should have finished it. Can't keep it in either. The goalkeeper has pulled off a miracle save there. It was almost a gift. We do still have the corner, mind you, so I'm going to keep my hopes up. Kamiyama, ball of quality in, perhaps whipped in, near post. Manga was there, half cleared away, and I feel like Venfare Kofu potentially, I was going to say live to fight another day. Manga's had a shot from the edge of the box. I think it deflected before the keeper tipped it wide. I mean, there's another corner here. I want to be like, oh, the pressure is ramping up. But to be fair, we've had them under pressure for a lot of this game. Kamiyama whips it. Taba forgets how to jump. They're going to deal with it. 2 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Going to come and go. 1-0 up. Really, really good performance so far in this game. Don't need to overcomplicate this. We're playing well. Keep it going. More of the same, please. I mean, they've had one shot so far in this game. Although what I will say is there's been times this year where teams have had one shot and we've still managed to lose. I'm going to move Ferreira to that deep line playmaker role. We made it a couple of episodes ago, and after last episode where we lost against Jeff, I regretted not doing it in that game. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I'm going to just try and be a little bit more conservative in the midfield and hope that's going to see us on our merry way as they have a chance here. Shoji, options in the middle. Back post there's an option too. Karube into the box. Shoots wide. I think was that a save by Nakano? Apparently it was. Tachibana throw in. Where's Honda? Can you see a Honda? Where is he? There he is, the Mohawk. I mean, I'll be honest, there's not anything fancy I'm doing with this routine with the throw in here. The players seem to have a game plan. I've not told them to do it. There's a game plan that seems to work for us. I'm not going to complain. Keeper launches the ball forward here. Nice win by the right back, Tachibana, who's had a really, really good season. He might be my player of the year so far, which might seem mad considering the goal-scoring strikers we have in our ranks. Speaking of which, Sasaki, in behind, should score, does score. 20th goal of the year for that man. He is in the running for the Golden Boot Award in J2, and I'll tell you what, with finishing like that, you wouldn't bet against him. Reeling in the leaders and finishing top of the pile. That was really nice. Going to make some changes here. Taba off, Okamura on, Hachizume on as well. Let's get some fresh legs in. Ono at left back needs a rest. Ataki on Yukam and Sakaki. I keep trying to give Sakaki more and more football. He's going to get some more action now. Hope I'm not being too complacent making the subs I've made there. 4 subs. I'd argue that our team is a little weaker on paper, but it's not like a massive step down. And I think fresh legs sometimes are almost a better thing to have. Hashizume, one of those fresh legs. Like, you know what? Doesn't matter. Honda with another assist. Hashizume scores. I'd like to apologise to Hashizume for ever doubting him. That is an outrageous finish. Honda, the power of the Mohawk compels him. and the ball was played across. Hashizume still had so much to do, and it's just a venomous shot that the keeper gets nowhere near. It's 3-0. It's game over. Straight after the goal, though, a kickoff highlight. I mean, are they just going to go and ruin the clean sheet? Don't do it. Don't be like this, Venfrey Kofu. Don't be this guy. Don't be... That is shocking defending. What are we doing? Get it away. I'm not calm. Am I calm? I'm not calm. They've still got the ball. I mean, if they get one back, it's a 2-goal game and I start to panic. Nakano tips it over. I need to get shouty. Can't get complacent at 3-0 up, can we? I mean, I say that. We can't. We can. We have got complacent this year. Not from 3 goals, but we have twice blown a 2-goal lead, so we know we're capable of conceding 3 goals in quick succession. And for a moment, I thought we were going to be under more pressure. We've managed to get it away, but there is now a corner here. Leave us alone, Venfrey Kofu. They've scored. It's 3-1. Do I need to panic? Might be stupid. I'm going to put it down to the fact they scored a corner. Yeah, they scored a corner. No, I'm not changing things tactically. We're going to stick to our game plan, even in the face, and we're seeing all their stats going up and up and up. Am I stubborn? Am I a moron? The answer is probably yes to both those things, but I'm going to hope it doesn't cost us here, as they're in behind again. Ifemi, options in the middle, goes on his own. Nakano makes a save. Okay, look, I'm learning. The wing-backs are going to go on defend. I'm going to take off Lucas Ferreira. I think, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take off Lucas Ferreira. I'm doing a bit of a shuffle here, but I'm going to move to play 2 defensive mids to try and just see out this game. That's my game plan now. Some will accuse me of panicking, and you know what? You're probably right, but I've seen this movie before. I've been guilty of not changing enough. Whilst that's all going on, Okamura nearly scores for us. Going to try and take some decisive action here. We do still maybe have a corner. It's whipped towards the near post. Cleared away. Look, Manga, Hashizume, Tachibana, floated. Ataki was in the middle lurking for it. Hasn't fallen his way. 13 minutes left in this game. This has been the least comfortable 3-0 lead I've ever held or had in Football Manager. Obviously, it's not 3-0 anymore, but it just feels uncomfortable. It just doesn't feel good. Cross is blocked. Miyagi still has it. There's options in the middle. Get it away. They've scored again. This can't happen 3 times in 3 episodes. We were 2-0 up against Jeff. We lost 3-2. We were 2-0 up in the Emperor's Cup. We lost 4-2 on that occasion. We were 3-0 up in this game. It's now 3-2. It's now 3-2. I'm just going to shout, demand more. Come on, lads. Just get over the line. Tachibana corner. Let's get a corner goal. Let's be ratty. Let's use a set piece. Look, Manga. Beautiful, man. Goal number 9 of the year for him. Okay, that goal there steadies my nerves a little bit. I think we're going to go over the line. I think we're going to get done what we needed to get done. Is there time for more? Hashizume, Sakaki, dispossessed. I mean, imagine if they score 2 from here. I don't want to imagine it, and yet it's such a crystal clear image in my mind. We've won the ball back nicely there, though, and Honda, who has to be man of the match in this game, plays it forward to Sasaki, who scores. He's offside. It won't count. I thought Honda was about to get a hat-trick of assists. However, having had that 1 goal ruled out, there is now another highlight immediately, and we look like we want to go forward again. Hashizume's not got the memo. Mate, we've done what we needed to do. The players don't care. It's 5-2. No risk of the bottle today. That was a lovely finish. The fans might be unhappy. There's 50 days till the next league game. Surely they have to be happy with what they've seen here. We have been on just a different level, it feels like, in this game. Venfrey Kofu put to the sword. The subs have also come good. Nakano had some pretty big saves to make in this game as well. I feel like a 6.8 rating for him really doesn't do him justice. But of course, as a goalkeeper in Football Manager, unless you keep a clean sheet, you're never going to get a good rating unless you save a penalty. In this game here, he's done what he needed to do for us. We're going to get over the line. I guess the question is it going to finish 5-2, 5-3, or 6-2? I'm going to hope 6-2 for my sakes, but they're on the attack here, and they're actually still playing some quite nice football. Ifemi whips it in. Tachibana, I thought was going to get there. Shoji got there ahead of him. Is 5-3. Okay, look, I'll admit it. 5-2 looks way more impressive than 5-3. I'm still pretty happy with how that game played out on the whole. Adapted our game plan, almost bottled it, but lived on to hold on for a win. Elsewhere, Jeff United haven't played yet. You know what? That is what we're going to end things with today. If Jeff slip up, I don't want to say we are promoted, but we put ourselves in a position where if we're not promoted, it would be the biggest bottle ever. Sadly for me, Jeff United have not got the memo. They've just won 5-0. FC Gifu, I expected nothing. I'm still disappointed. I would be interested to know, in your personal opinion, especially if you've got to the end of the video, because that means you really are enjoying this series and enjoy the content I do, how much does 2 versus 1 match matter to you? I feel like in instances like this, it kind of just makes sense to do the 1 game. Fortunately for us, it was a pretty entertaining game at that sees Sasaki go back to the top goal scorer summit. But yeah, fully appreciate it's not necessarily optimal. Then again, neither is having to wait 49 days to my next league game against Roas. So anyway, folks, we are going to end things there for today. Next time out, well, we take on Albrecht on the final day of the year, or the penultimate match of the year. It's not the final game. That's just a lie. If we win against them, we could go, well, maybe ahead of them. I say that. We'd have to beat them and they still need to slip up. We're going to end the season tomorrow for episode 50. I hope the game against Albrecht actually means something. Come back tomorrow to find out. Thank you so much for your support on this series as always. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for more Tokyo 23 action. And until then, take things easy. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.